Well, good morning and a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. Here today on the River Thames. Well, it's a beautiful day, and once a year I like to get the boat the full length of the Thames. I did this, well, it's almost a year to the day that I did this last year. We drove into Dagenham Riverside, got on the Thames Clipper, a service run by Uber, and we're taking the boat all the way, right the way through the centre of London to Battersea power station, and today having a tour around the power station itself. You can see in the background there, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, that the plane just taking off from the city airport, and just here the Woolwich Ferry. That I've done a couple of videos on that on the channel. A service that's quite rare in the UK now. Yeah, I don't think the ferry's running today. You can see both boats there next to each other. But actually this one in the foreground is just loading up. You can see the lorry on there. So this is a free service that crosses the Thames, as I say, quite unique in the UK, and unlike the Dartford Bridge, Silverton Tunnel and also the Blackwall Tunnel that all charge, you can still get the boat across the river. It's quite a good fun thing to do. We are approaching the Thames flood barrier that lead across. See it down the river there. Barriers lifted on. Got these huge circular arms that lift from the riverbed. It really is a feat of modern engineering. Well, I say modern, I mean it's been there a few years now, but yeah, these huge barriers lift from the seabed and they rotate round. See the big disc in the middle there, and block the tidal river, stop London from flooding. Yeah, something you don't get to see every day. Well, as I mentioned, the Thames is tidal, and you can see to the side here well, we're sort of mid-tide at the moment. It's not fully out, but you can see the water line. I mean, when I've been here before, it's I'm guessing probably 10-20 feet at least. Just coming into another one of the docks here. Let people on and off. Such a big boat, it does have some rapid acceleration. Fantastic, very exhilarating. I remember saying last year, all the apartment blocks have been built along the Thames. Amazing. Everywhere you look, both sides of the river. hundreds of apartments. The London cable cars across from the O2 across the river. Yeah, unfortunately, I really don't have the head for heights for that. Yeah, that's not my idea of fun. Yeah, that's a little bit too high for me. Should be quite an experience though. And then here, the O2 Arena, otherwise known as the Millennium Dome, built for the Millennium, for the exhibition. And then sat empty for many, many years. But it's now an events arena. The first view of the Docklands, Canary Wharf. It's interesting how the river meanders through London. We're going around quite a bend here with the dome there being built on a peninsula. See, as we go around the corner here, the river will open up in front of us. At this point, the boat is going to go again. Going quite slow at the moment, but as we pass this buoy, off we go. See the cable cars now. Yeah, that's quite a view. Got the plane taking off and the two barges making their way down the river. Again, look at all the apartment blocks. Really get an idea of how the river goes around the peninsula here. See, just to this side, see the river running off towards the left of the screen. West India dock there. There, one of the Thames power stations. And the Naval College of Greenwich. Fabulous building. And just here, the Cutty Sark, a tea clipper. know, years ago, next to the Cutty Sark, right at the end here, near the river, I think probably actually where the pier is, used to be, I can't think of the guy's name now, but it was the Gypsy Moth, the round the world yacht that was on display. Nobody can make out the cover that's around the base of the Cutty Sark now. Been fully restored after the dreadful fire a few years ago. Yeah, it was under restoration, and it was a welding torch set the boat alight. Well, I remember saying last year, I believe this is the pier just here, Masthouse Terrace. This is where the SS Great Eastern, Brunel's huge ship, was launched. Built on the sides of the Thames just there, and still part of the slipway, it's still there. We're making our way round another bend in the river. Keep getting glimpses of the Shard just above these buildings to the side here. You can see the city just there to the, well, in the middle of the frame, but to the right of the boat.
In and out Canary Wharf, passengers please exit at the back of the boat. Once again, this is Canary Wharf, passengers please exit at the back of the boat.
In amongst all the new buildings, there are some of the old wharfs still standing, the older buildings. You can see there Columbia Wharf. Warehouse and wharf buildings down on the side here. We've got Metropolitan Wharf and the new Crane Wharf. That's Guns Wharf. You see the cranes still on the side of some of the buildings.
Sorry, just checking your tickets.
Short time that we've been on the boat, the tide really has come in. The river's much higher than it was. You can see the Shard, tallest building in the UK just there. Look at Butler's Wharf here. All of this building, all of it, all part of Butler's Wharf, just here, Tower Bridge. Never gets old. Real privilege to go underneath it.
way to the back of the boat to exit. Once again, this is Tower Millennium Pier. Passengers, please make your way to the back of the boat to exit.
And just to this side of the Tower of London, the keep in the middle there, the White Tower, built in 1066 by William the Conqueror. I'm very lucky in November to visit the tower after hours, and yeah, we had a tour around. We were probably only 20 of us. Got a tour around the tower. It's the creepiest place I've ever been, being in there on your own, all those years of history. And just to this side, the Belfast. See behind it the Shard. At the outset of the war, the Belfast was brand new and hit a landmine and basically split the ship in two, but it limped back to port. Spent much of the war being repaired. I've never actually been on there myself, but I believe that you can still see the damage on the deck. Then came back into service and became famous. I believe it was the Bismarck that it chased, and yeah, followed the Bismarck. And then it's been moored here as a museum in the Thames. Well, at least since the 70s. Tower just on the corner there. I remember the chap telling us that Winston Churchill had the window put in it, and that was where Adolf Hitler was going to be kept, should we have caught him, so that he could see London being rebuilt after the war out the window. Look at this, right under the bow of the Belfast. This only gets better in the evening when the lights are
We are
on.
now at London Bridge City Pier. Passengers, please exit at the back of the boat. Once again, this is London Bridge City Pier. Passengers, please exit at the back of the boat.
Heading towards London Bridge now. Wharf, Winchester Wharf.
We are now at Backside Pier. Passengers, please make your way to the back of the boat to exit. Once again, this is Backside Pier. Passengers, please make your way to the back of the boat to exit.
You can see the skyscrapers there.
Backside Pier,
to the backside pier. You see behind it the Globe Theatre. Yes, the Globe Theatre there, and then the Tate Modern, now an art gallery, second of the power stations along the Thames. This is the Millennium Bridge, footbridge over the Thames.
Passengers will exit at the back of the boat.
Complete with its mass dampers to stop it vibrating as people walk across it. Oh, this is Blackfriars Bridge. I got myself in a muddle.
Once again, that's any passengers for Blackfriars. You start making your way to the back of the boat to exit. Back of the boat for Blackfriars.
Just to the right there, you can see the dome of St Paul's. We make our way along the embankment here.
If you want to travel to Battersea, Chelsea or Putney, you'll exit here and connect with the army. Once again, this is embankment pier. Please make your way to the back of the boat.
And just here is Cleopatra's Needle. One of a pair of obelisks, the other one in Central Park, New York. Well, we've had to change over boats. Basically the boat we're on doesn't go all the way to Battersea, so we've stopped at Embankment Pier for about 10 minutes, and we're now on one of the newer hybrid boats. So runs on electric whilst in the city, then back on diesel when it comes outside of London. Much quieter. See Festival Hall over the far side of the river there. Festival of Britain, that's the legacy from 1951 or 2, I can't remember which. And the London Eye. do that one day. Take the speedboat down the Thames. It looks like good fun. Here's the Tattershaw. The old steamer. Pods are moving. If you look very closely, let me zoom back out. I always think this is a magnificent building. The old Greater London Council building. It's wonderful. Now home to the London Aquarium. Big Ben or Elizabeth Tower. This is Portcullis House, it's where all the MPs have their offices. That is a magnificent building, isn't it? Believe it or not, the same architect as Alton Towers, Eugene.
The next stop will be Millbank. Clear passengers for Millbank for the take Britain back to the boat exit, please.
MI6 building there. We haven't mentioned that last year. Look at the spray this boat's making. I believe that's Vauxhall Bridge. And finally, just in the distance there, our destination today, Battersea Power Station. Gonna make another video on the power station. I'll do that as a separate video, and yeah, we'll film coming back down the river tonight as well. And there's our destination, Battersea Power Station. It's iconic 4 chimneys. We're going to have a good look around the power station today. We're getting a guided tour, and that will be on a separate video, but we will also film the trip back down the river tonight, where hopefully some of the lights will be on. And lovely looking bridge there with all the statues. make our way off the boat and into the power station for the day. Well, we've had a fabulous day here at the power station, and now we're back on the boat heading back down the river eastbound. Now if you want to see the video of the power station, it will be on the channel shortly. We made our way up in the chimney lift right to the top there, lift 109, and also had a guided tour around the power station to some of the areas that aren't normally open to the public. Very thoroughly enjoyable day and a very interesting tour. And lovely looking bridge there with all the statues. Building. You see how high the river is now. Government offices in Whitehall. They are, I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up when I get home. Past the Palace of Westminster, the Houses of Parliament.
Westminster, and so we'll be at the back of the boat for Westminster.
Now, as I mentioned, there'll be a channel. Now, as I mentioned, coming up on the channel will be a video on Battersea Power Station, and we took the lift up to the top of the chimney. And I have to say, I didn't feel as much vertigo as I did when I've been on the London Eye before. Yeah, I really struggle with the London Eye. When you get to even halfway, my knees go and I can't walk around in there, whereas the Battersea Tower lift I found quite easy actually. I think we're just about to head over the river to the London Eye, if I remember rightly. See from this vantage point the cantilever where it's hung out the side over the river off the bank. You see the two posts at the back there up to the centre hub.
Next stop will be Waterloo for the London Eye.
Big tethers
back of the boat.
going down to the ground.
The boat for Waterloo.
Passengers will exit at the back of the boat.
Again, that will be the back of the boat for Waterloo for the London Eye.
Passengers will exit at the back of the boat.
See the pods going past over in the background there. That is awfully high. Oh, I don't think much of that one there. Look at that pod. You'd have to hold on in there. Pod's coming round. Station over here, continuously moving. I've mentioned before what a fabulous walk it is on the South Bank on a Sunday morning. Get the train across to Westminster, across Westminster Bridge, and then walk all the way along the embankment here, right the way down to, well, you can, Tower Bridge. Normally I'd do it to London Bridge at least. Lots of pubs and restaurants all the way down. Royal Festival Hall there again.
Next stop will be embankment, exit will be at the back of the boat. Please be reminded this is an eastbound service towards North Greenwich.
You can see St.
Anyone
Paul's
travelling towards Battersea or Putney, you
there in the middle of the shop.
here and change to a...
Head further along the South Bank here, just underneath the Queen Elizabeth Hall there. Used to be a skateboarding park. I don't know whether that's still there.
This is a safety announcement. Please take a moment to read and familiarise yourself with the safety bags in the seat back pockets. May we also draw your attention to the safety instruction notices.
I was hoping all the lights would be on the bridges, but we're on our way back a little bit early today. See the OXO building. I filmed a similar video last year, travelling up and down the Thames, and when we came back it was very dark and all the OXO building was, well, the OXO tower was all lit. You can just make out it on the tower, it says OXO, OXO. And yes, it is OXO cubes. You see all the people walking along the South Bank side there, on the quayside. As I say, very, very nice walk. Just coming under Blackfriars Bridge now. Another very picturesque bridge.
Our next stop will be Bankside for Shakespeare's Globe, and the Tate's Modern exit will be at the back of the boat. You're going to see back of the boat from Bankside. Please be reminded this boat will not be stopping at Blackfriars. Please change here for Blackfriars.
Passengers will exit
As you just
at the
heard,
back of
Tate
the
Modern,
boat.
as I mentioned, on the way up. Another one of the power stations. This one was oil fired, whereas Battersea at the other end of the river, that was coal fired. glow from this angle. I'd love to go in and look in the building. I'm not sure whether I could sit through a whole Shakespeare play, but yeah, I'd love to have a look round inside there.
This is a safety announcement. Please take a moment to read and familiarize yourself with the safety guards in the seat back pockets. May we also draw your attention to the safety instruction notices posted on the outside deck.
Our next stop will be London Bridge, City Pier for HMS Belfast, Borough Market and the Shard. Exit will be at the back of the boat. Again, that's the back of the boat for London Bridge. Any passengers or tower, please remain seated. Your stop will be after London Bridge.
Passengers will exit at the back of the boat.
See this pub here, it's one of the oldest in London. Just here on the side with the red windows. So old it actually saw the Great Fire of London, 1666.
Again, that's any passengers for London Bridge, City Pier, please make your way to the back of the boat. Again, that's the back of the boat for London Bridge.
Passengers will
Just here
exit
next
at
to
the back of the
Pickford's
boat.
Wharf, just make out the back of the Golden Hind, the replica. It's a Francis Drake's ship. Sitting in between the two buildings there in a dry dock. Something else that I mean to do eventually. I've been past it enough times. Should go and have a look around and explore inside. Now we head towards London Bridge. You see the Shard in the background. Let me pan back out. I'm not sure if I'm getting the top of that in the shot. That is certainly a tall building. Always looks like a lovely shop, that one, but look at this.
Our next stop will be Tower Millennium Pier for Tower Hill, Tower Bridge and the Tower of London.
Back under the bow of the Belfast. Tower Bridge in the distance.
Again, that's Tower Millennium Pier. We're going to be disembarking at the front of the boat. Again, any passengers for Tower, please make your way to the front of the boat now as we disembark.
Passengers will exit at the front of the boat.
There's certainly been a lot more people on the boat on the way back. Beginning to thin out a little bit now. Now we head towards Tower Bridge. That building that's been renovated there, that used to be the Mayor's office. Don't know where the Mayor's office has moved to, but I don't think they're going back there.
Please take a moment to read and familiarise yourself with the safety guards in the seat back.
Tower
May we
Bridge.
also draw your
We're actually
attention
going to the
to
centre
safety
span on the way back.
instruction notices posted on the outside deck.
Not lifting for us though. Get a really clear view of the bascules here. And that fabulous. Best part of the journey. gateway to London, isn't it? And with the tower just to the right hand side there. Well, just looking at the dark skies behind us. It looks like a lot of rain. Now we're just past Tower Bridge. Any minute now he's going to open the throttles. Oh, we're bumping up and down. If you watch the oh, look at the waves on the boat behind. Something big's been down the river, made it quite choppy. Quite a swell on the river. I wonder how this Uber boat has affected the City Cruises business. Yeah, I shouldn't think it's helped. To the river police onto the right hand side. Here we go. Watch the boat behind us, see how it disappears into the distance. Don't realise how fast you're actually going until he lets his foot off the gas and the boat begins to decelerate. Yeah, it's certainly good fun, very exhilarating. But it's probably worth saying that it's cost us £27.50 each for the boat today. Now parking at Barking Riverside is free if you do park and glide. There's also an option to go to the O2 and park there for the same offer, or indeed you can just buy your tickets and get on the boat if you're not parking the car. Nice clear view of the Cutty Stop. come inside for a little bit and warm up. The cutty sark there. All quite pleasant inside the boat. Nice comfy seats. You see the dome there, that's the underpass. The footpath that goes underneath the river. There's one on the opposite side as well. Beautiful silhouette there of the boat.
This is a safety announcement.
And then this
Please take a
the
moment
Naval
to
College
read
here.
and familiarise
It's
yourself
also the National
with the
Maritime
safety cards
Museum.
in the seat back pockets.
They have
May we also
well,
draw
lots
your
of
attention
interesting
to the
things in there,
safety
but mostly
notices posted
the main one that
on the
sticks to
outside
mind
deck.
is Nelson's uniform, where he was shot at the Battle of Trafalgar, is in the museum there. Fabulous building though. There are photographs if you go and search on the net of tall ships all moored on the quayside here. I believe that's a brick factory if I remember rightly. Well, we definitely made the right decision coming inside. It's just started raining. You can see here we're just heading up towards the dome in the O2. A nice panoramic roof as well. Well, we're going to have to hop off for half an hour. This boat doesn't go all the way to Barking Riverside, so we're going to jump off and sit in the waiting room wait for the next boat. Just over here by the O2. We've got to go around the peninsula first. On the far side. It's amazing when you're outside. It doesn't look that big, but when you're inside, the arena inside is absolutely huge. There's also a shopping centre in there. Did any of you visit the Millennium exhibition? Put your comments down below if you did. We chose not to. I don't think we missed much, but yeah, I regret not going now. Look at the remains of this boat on the side here. It's just a slice of boat. How odd. Look at this artwork here. How odd. You can see the cable cars. Let me zoom in. Make their way across the river. Yeah, it's a little bit too high for me. We're just waiting the last few minutes for our boat to arrive, and then we continue our journey. You can see the cable cars here on the other side of the river there. You can see the Docklands Light Railway, complete without a driver, that train. This looks like our boat's coming in now. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the trip down the Thames there. Been a fantastic day, really enjoyed ourselves. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel, lots on there. And if you can subscribe, I'd be very grateful. And with that, I'll just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.